Are you looking to build a reading habit, or perhaps you've gotten into a bit of a reading slump and looking for nice, easy, digestible books to read? Hey, Dev Nation's book devs, it's Perez the Dev here. I hope you're having a great day. Today, we are diving into 5 really easy, digestible, fun books for you to read to either start building your reading habit or get out of that reading slump that you've been in. I know it can be really challenging trying to read really thick and hard to read books. Granted, I think this book is easy, but it is a really thick and long book to read. And so I wanted to go ahead and recommend a few books that I think are really easy and digestible to either start building that reading habit or just get yourself back in the swing of reading books and building up that habit again. And so out of all the books I've read, I've decided to pick 5 really easy, digestible books that I think can still provide value to you, have some great lessons, as well as still be fun throughout the process. And so I'm going to recommend 5 different books in no particular order. So let's get into it. First one we have is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And so let me give you a quick taste of The 4 Agreements. So be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. That is The 4 Agreements in a nutshell. The main idea of the book is the true impact of your words and your actions and how that can play a role in yourself and in the people around you. And so it's really important to be aware of how your actions and your words can impact your own life and the lives of others. I think that's the best way to sum up this book in about a sentence or two. Really great, easy to read. The book is 129 pages, very easy, digestible, small to read. You could probably finish this in about an hour to 2 hours. I didn't specifically time it, but really easy, simple, and fun read with lots of value for the reader. So there you go. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, first recommendation. Next up, we have Black Sheep by Brant Menswar. Unleash the extraordinary, awe-inspiring, undiscovered you. Another really great book with lots of value. Brant Menswar, I've interviewed him. He's a great guy. Love his work. Feel free to check it out on the Mind Devs podcast if you want to see that. But he keeps it to the point and very succinct. He also keeps it very fun. He has really great quotes throughout the book to sort of keep you on the path, keep you focused on the main key points that he's talking about. It's 135 pages in total, so another really short, quick, easy read, but do not mistake that for no value. It still brings and provides a lot of value for its readers. This book, in a nutshell, focuses in on your values. Be clear on what exactly your 5 to 6 core values are so you can show up and utilize those values in every single decision and action you choose to do every single day. And I think it's a really clear book that walks you through how to really be direct and clear with discerning what your true core values are and all the other BS. He keeps it very straightforward, simple. Again, no BS, just to the point. Absolutely love him, his work. Should definitely check it out. Again, Black Sheep by Brant Menswar. There you go. Next up, we have The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann. Now, this one is a parable. So in case this is your first encounter with that word, parable just means it's a fictional story that has a lot of core values and ideas that you can take away from the book. And so The Go-Giver is more of a fictional story, but it has lots of business value, lots of mindset values that you can use in business and in life as well. And so a little story about a powerful business idea. And so that really is a nice sum up of the book. There's a story about a guy who's working, I forget if it's his business or at a business, but pretty much he's working at his business and then learns lessons from this other entrepreneur throughout the book. And he gets taught several different lessons throughout how this other entrepreneur runs his business and provides value to others. And so The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann, really great and fun book to read as well. I like the story of it, lots and lots of value. I really try to make sure throughout all the books I'm recommending today, they're all books, even though they might be short, they're still really impactful in terms of value for you, the reader, just sort of depending on what kind of style you prefer. So obviously, The Go-Giver is a little more business oriented, but still has lots of great value for entrepreneurs and for anybody who just wants to learn more about developing your entrepreneurial mindset and bringing value to customers and to other people. So check it out, The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann. By the way, I also interviewed Bob Burg, so if you want to check that out, you can go to the Mind Devs podcast and check that out. I've also done a book review on the book as well, if you want to see it, just throwing it out there. Next up, we have Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. This really quick and simple book. You could probably finish this in about an hour. This is also another parable, again, a fictional story that has different lessons throughout the book. And so the book is about these rats or these mice that have to go through a maze and face different challenges and obstacles when trying to find their cheese. And so again, it has several different business lessons that you can utilize. It's also a little more comedic, if you will, just by the nature of, how crazy of a story is it that you have these mice in a maze. It also has some nice highlights and really focuses on different lessons that these characters learn throughout the book. And so, like, here's one. The quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you find new cheese, right? So that's talking about opportunities. The quicker you're willing to let go of old opportunities, you're able to leave the door open for newer opportunities in the future. And so several different lessons you can take away as well. And it's a quick read. I think it's a nice, fun, and digestible book as well. I took it more as a comedic take on providing some valuable lessons and a quick, fun, easy book for entrepreneurs, business leaders who want to learn more about the mindset that it requires in terms of being adaptable to different situations in life. So check it out. Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. Before I show you the last one, I am actually going to include a 6th bonus one in there for you. That way to provide as much value to you as possible. I know it can be really difficult when it comes to really starting up that reading habit or getting out of that slump. I've been there. It can suck. Sometimes you start like, why don't I read, or why can't I read? You'll get there. It just takes some time and a little consistency. So I'll make sure to add a 6th book in there for you. But here we have our last book, or our 5th book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And this is a lengthier book. This is over 200 pages, but I think it is really a great digestible book, especially if you're trying to develop a new habit, because this is the book on developing new habits in your life. It can be reading, it could be drinking more water, it could be working out, whatever that new habit is for you. This is the book. The way James Clear presents the information is really easy and digestible, very concise, and each chapter is really 1 to 2 key nuggets of wisdom that you can take away and then incorporate into your own life. And so I think it's a nice book to read because you can read it very slowly, just one small chapter, a few pages, so you can start incorporating that into your own habits and have some actionable steps at the end of each chapter. Plus, at the end of each chapter, the author also has chapter summaries where he pretty much go ahead and review the main ideas, the main takeaways to start incorporating, and that he discusses in each chapter. So I think it's a really great and easy book to read, a little lengthier, but just as easy and as valuable as all the other books I've mentioned. So there it is, Atomic Habits by James Clear. So to recap, we have The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, focusing on the impact and value that your words and your actions have on yourself, on your life, and on others. We have Black Sheep by Brent Menswar, a book all about narrowing down and focusing on your key core 5 to 6 values that you can incorporate in your daily life. The Go-Giver by Bob Berg and John David Mann, a parable about different entrepreneur laws and values that you can incorporate in your day-to-day business. Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. Again, another parable, but really more focused on mindset and what it takes in order to be willing to adapt and open to new opportunities. And then last but not least, we have Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is a slightly longer book, about 280 pages or so, but still really valuable because this is the book in terms of learning how to incorporate new habits into your day-to-day life by being shown just key insights into the science behind developing new habits and how to get rid of any bad habits as well. Really great book as well. Again, all these books I wanted to make sure could provide great value for you. So the 6th bonus book that I like to recommend is, if there's any book out there that you want to read, pick it up and just start reading. So the 6th book is Being Curious. Yes, it's not really a book, but my recommendation is that any book or idea or topic you're really curious and fascinated by, just start looking for a book, pick it up, and start reading. You'll be able to figure out if you like the book or not. And I think it's really important to nurture this curiosity and ask questions. If you have a question in mind, you can find the right book or books to really help you answer and figure out the answer to that question for yourself. So I really think curiosity plays a big part in figuring out what book is right for you and what book is not right for you. I enjoy a little bit of history, not too much, but I'm open to some history books and I'm open to biology books, whereas someone else might be more interested in English and literature. Everybody is different. And so I think it's really important to also lean in on, what are you curious about? What would you love to learn about? If there was only one thing you could learn, what would you want to learn right now? And then pick up a book about that. Sometimes you're strolling along in the library or in any bookshop, and you happen to find a book that catches your curiosity. Those are the books for you. If you want to figure out some methods on how I go ahead and figure out what books are right for me, you can go ahead and check out a previous video in terms of how to find the right book for you. And hopefully with the 5 books and the 1 key tip of curiosity, I really hope it gets you back in the swing of reading books or helps you start developing your new reading habit. These are really valuable books. I've found great insights. If you've read these books in the past, please feel free to comment down below some of your favorite quotes, ideas, takeaways. If you haven't read it, please feel free to read it, take some notes, and come back and let me know what you think. Would love to hear from you, what you thought. Maybe there's a few books out there that you've also read that you would recommend for beginners. Please also feel free to comment down below. Always love to hear from you, from the community. So I look forward to that. There you have it, 5 easy, digestible books to start your reading habit or get out of that reading slump and get you going. If you enjoyed today's video, found some value, please make sure to like and follow. Remember, today's a great day to have a great day. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.
This box contains the 3 books every single entrepreneur should read. So, you want to be an entrepreneur? Don't do it. So, you want to be an entrepreneur? Welcome to the world of long nights, stress, and constantly having shit thrown in your face. But enough to discourage you. Let's get to the point of this book. My 3 top books for entrepreneurs. Now, I read a book a week, and I've been reading a book a week for around a year and a half at this point. As I said, life is just very complicated and there's a lot of little intricacies and there's a lot to learn. So rather than taking that toll on yourself, you've got the aid of thousands and thousands of books. And genuinely, reading a book a week is probably one of, if not the best habits I've ever instilled in my life. Having a clear roadmap, knowing it's possible, and really just following someone else's path, it's the quickest way to success. So let's start with my number 1 top book for entrepreneurs. So, number 1, The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. I love this book because there are so many people out there who are about to go get their BAs, or if they've gotten their BAs, they're about to get their MBAs. They're about to spend so much money, time, and effort to get this degree. And they get this degree with the thought in mind that now they're equipped to start their own successful business. Well, Josh even says so himself. If you want to start a business, going down the college route isn't the right way to do things. And in all fairness, I dropped out of high school, so obviously I have quite a biased opinion, but he even says so himself. Now, the one thing about entrepreneurship is you will have all the info, you will have the right roadmap, and then everything goes to shit. And that's why spending time and time learning and strategizing, although, I've literally just talked about the benefits of reading a book a week, it really doesn't do much unless you go out, you make mistakes, you fail, you apply. Now this book right here, it has everything from marketing to taxes to accounting to raising initial seed capital. It even talks about the lifestyle. I would say if you are looking to get your BA or your MBA, you should probably quit right now. Entrepreneurship is not for you because you don't know what a good ROI is. Rather than spending 3-4 years and spending just extortionate amount of money, buy this book. I think it is like $15. Spend a week reading it and then go and apply this shit. Honestly, I've never found such a compact and thorough book. 100% any budding entrepreneur, anyone who wants to get into entrepreneurship, just give this a read. Now, number 2 would have to be Tony Robbins' Money Master Game. Now, let me tell you why. As an entrepreneur, you get shit thrown in your face for just months and years, and then at some point, something just clicks and things start to work and you get rewarded, and the reward is usually monetary. Now, once you start getting some monetary reward, here's what you want to do. And all entrepreneurs think it's not going to happen to them, but I've experienced this personally. The minute you start making money, you think, well, shit, now it's time to enjoy myself. Now it's time to bring up my living costs. And in all fairness, you kind of want to show all those people who completely doubted you, like, look, I've actually done it. I've accomplished it. Now I'm going to enjoy myself. And you usually end up spending some stupid money. Now the wise thing to do, and he talks about it here, make sure you're saving money, but more importantly, make sure you're investing money. And he talks about the importance of compound interest and how little sacrifices today in little increments grow into this huge just snowballing effect. And I do believe there's a difference between rich and wealthy. And I don't think it's a threshold, I think it's a state of mind. Now when you're rich, you make a lot and you spend a lot and you got nothing left. In my opinion, when you're wealthy, you make a lot, you spend a good amount, but you also save and invest. Because entrepreneurship is a very rough and difficult path. And at some point, your business is gonna fail, the market's gonna change, a competitor is gonna beat you out, or you're gonna be in need of cash to scale your business. And as I said, the problem with making $500,000 a year and spending $500,000 a year, you're living in this bias that everything is gonna get better or stay the same. Now, Tony Robbins has compiled interviews with just some of the smartest people in the world right now. And really, this book is just crazy thorough. Now, the personal MBA will teach you how to make money through your business. This book will give you the roadmap as to what do you do once you've made that money. And I think these two books, hand in hand, honestly, are probably the only two tools you need to make $1 million+ a year. Now the third book I'm gonna recommend is definitely gonna surprise you, and that is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is a true story of an Auschwitz prison inmate who went through just horrific things. I'm surprised he was even able to muster up the courage to write about such things in a book. It really does humble you and give you context. Remember at the beginning of this video I said, as an entrepreneur, your business might fail. You might have to lay off some staff. That investment might go bad. And you will hit your lowest low, and at that point, you're gonna have to make the decision to get up and keep moving as an entrepreneur, or just give up. And reading a book like this really gives you context as to what a fortunate and blessed position you're in right now, and how no matter what your circumstances are, you can find what your purpose is, and you can find empowerment in the fact that everything can get stripped away from you, but you still have this. And this is the only thing you need to move forward to have a happy and fulfilled life. And that is why this book is third. So guys, I know this video was a bit serious. My last 4 or 5 videos were quite flashy, quite entertaining. I was doing a lot of traveling, some for work, some for pleasure. But now because I'm in London, I can spend a little bit more time on YouTube. And I actually put out on my Instagram, like, would you guys like to see 8 posts in August? And the resounding answer was yes. Now, there's no ROI on this. I don't make any money on this. I have my real businesses. This is really just to help out some of you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really does mean the world to me, and it really does help out the channel. And to take it one step further, if you really want me to post more videos, leave a comment down below and let me know what would you like to see. But I really do appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed those 3 books and my reasons as to why I think every entrepreneur should read them. And I'll see you guys next week.